Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon, Dolo the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now we're gonna talk. Oh shit, went out. Right now we're gonna talk about being real. Now people have a misconception of being real. So once you get the full circumstance, the full congestion of being real, you can really look at yourself and see if you real. You can really look at yourself and see if your tactics of being real is being perceived well. Or if you're a person that's always, you kind of feel like you're not being liked a lot of times, it's probably because you're not being real. And your concept and illusion of being real is in an illusion. So you're not going to come across well to others. You're not going to be liked the way you thought you're going to be liked. You know what I'm saying? Because you're probably being fake. Now, what's real? Real is based on a reality. A reality is based upon a circumstance or a situation. So whatever you're in, based upon a circumstance or a situation, that's the reality of it. So that's the real mechanisms going on in that circumstance or situation. So the realer you are is the more you know how to accommodate yourself in your reality. So once you understand that, you realize everybody can be real. You have a lot of people who have illusions of thinking only doing street shit is real, because a lot of street shit in physical things like physical harm or gaining something physical, material, or something like that. So it's vibrating so low at a density that it'll make people think that's real. But really what real is how much you are sustaining your circumstance, your reality. So how much you are doing to sustain your reality. And that reality, whatever you're doing in that reality to sustain it, that's what makes that reality real, because you're adding energy to that reality. So things is real. So for an example, here's how you could be perceived as fake. Say you are a person, right? And like, now everybody can be real. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's applying to their circumstance, the reality of their circumstance, the best way that they can, is going to appear as real. Now, you have a lot of people on earth who are under illusions on what they think appear to be real. And that illusion itself may not be real. So for an example, say you may be a person, right? You may be a sheltered person. You may be in a house. Your parents may be rich or something like that, this, that, and the third, right? But when you step outside and go amongst your friends, you want to be a drug dealer, or you want to involve yourself into a lot of different realities, right? So for an example, you partner yourself with a female or a man that's hustling, right? So that's a reality. Now, fuck the reality. Fuck how they're building their reality. The reality of what you're doing is hustling now, since you absorbed yourself with this person's energy that's hustling, right? Now, when you look at your own circumstances, situation, and what's your reality. Now, the reality of hustling, right, is to obtain something, or just look at the whole reality of hustling, or look at someone who's working on cars. Look at the whole reality of working on cars. Now, you are a rich person, right? Now, when you go home, that's not your circumstance. That's not your reality. There's nothing in your reality that's saying you need to do things in that reality, that you have to do things in that reality. So if you at home and you rich, but when you go out into the streets with your friends, you feel the necessary need to hustle, then your circumstance is not that reality. Yet you putting yourself in that reality. So when you start to try to do real things, aka apply yourself to that reality, but that's not your reality, when you put your reality in that reality, in that reality and to all the beings that's vibrating in that reality, you're going to appear as fake, frivolous, light. You know what I'm saying? Your light ain't shining heavy in there. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be seen as fake. So say you're in a realm of reality of a lot of hustlers and people like that. You're going to appear as fake to them because you're trying to do real things. You're trying to apply your reality in a reality, and your reality don't match that reality. So everything in that reality is going to look at you as foreign, fake, not real. You know what I'm saying? So it plays out in all dimensions. So yeah, you may be a real human being like the human being in that realm of reality, but the circumstance and the situation and how y'all correlating with each other is not real. So off the back, you had to have some alternative motives and some other type shit to develop, to put yourself in that realm of reality. And that realm of reality was formulated, and the energy it consists of is not made of what you're made of to put yourself in there. It's like putting two different elements. It's like putting oil and water. It's like putting two different elements together. The elements you're made of is not made of the elements that made of. So to mix it is never going to conform right. And you're always going to get resisted by that cup that you, the oil is always going to get resisted by the elements the elements of the cup that was already in the cup. Once you pour oil in there, there's always going to be a resistance. You see what I'm saying? So if it was water in that cup, there's always going to be a resistance to the oil. So that's just like you. So now take that into all realm of realities. Sit back and think about it like, man, why every time I try to do something, somebody don't like me or something like that, or things not working for me? You may be trying too hard to put yourself in a realm of reality that don't consist of your elements. And this could go from high to low. Anytime you put yourself in a situation of doing things that you don't have to do, but you're doing them based upon the perception, aka the light, aka the illusion, right, that it was made up under, then you always going to be fake in that realm of reality. So the key to be real on all levels is just to jump into the real mechanism. So it don't matter what realm of reality you in, you always going to be perceived as real. Because when you step into other people's realms of realities, you're only building on your circumstance. You're only building on your reality. So if your reality is in a certain reality, the things that you're doing to sustain that reality will become real. So if you got a situation or a circumstance, a reality that you have, but you rather not pertain to that, you rather pertain to someone else's reality that's not really genuinely yours, you're going to be a fake ass motherfucker. So people do this in love matters. People do this in friendships. People do this in everything. This is where the follower develops. This is where the person who in love start to get took advantage of develops. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that when you're talking about certain things, you need to understand the real mechanism of it. That's being real. So for an example, I got a circumstance in a situation, I got a reality I live in. This reality may not call for me to hustle, or this reality may call for me to hustle. So regardless of how fucked up that reality is, the better I know how to sustain that reality, I'm gonna appear as real. So whatever I'm doing that sustain my reality is real. So if my reality is a bad thing and I'm doing a lot of bad things to sustain that reality, to others, whether it's bad or good, it's going to appear as real. People ain't going to tie it to like, oh, this some fake shit. If I killed somebody, people ain't going to tie it to like, oh, this cat killed somebody. Oh, this nigga, a fake ass nigga. Fake people could kill somebody too. He just killed somebody or shot at somebody because he wanted to. How he thought he was going to be seen or something like that. Nah, if my situation and circumstance, if the reality I was in called for me to do real things to sustain that reality, so that reality called for me to have to actually kill somebody, then I'm going to be seen as a real nigga for having to do that. That energy may even be so strong to the point that the person I killed, family members, may even feel like, damn, that was a real situation though. I would have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, flip it on the side of a person who's doing things based upon the light of illusion. You may want to kill somebody because you just joined the gang. You may want to shoot at somebody because you want to be looked at a certain way. Right? So now when you tell the story, people look at it like, damn, why did you do that? Damn, what was the reason of doing that? Because your circumstance, your situation, and the reality you lived in, that you really live in, may have not called for you to have to do, like the real thing you had to do to sustain that reality may not consisted of anything of you harming somebody else or you having to. So for you to act in someone else's illusion, you brought that onto yourself. So that'd be the first thing people may see. Damn, it looked like you brought that on yourself. Your family members may even look at it like you a dumb nigga or a dumb girl. Like, why did you do that? Those thoughts is going to be formulated. Those bacteria is going to start coming together. You see what I'm saying? It's like, because that wasn't your reality. So you seem as fake when you jumped into that reality. So all the opposition you're going to get, all the criticisms you're going to get is going to be opposing, not agreeable. You know what I'm saying? So you're not looked at as cool no more. You looked at as a fool. See, your double O ain't surrounded by the CL. Your double O is surrounded by the FL. So it's a falling L through the loopholes. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accumulating. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accumulating L through the loopholes. You know what I'm saying? You're not gaining nothing from that L. So even though you're doing things based upon your circumstances and you take losses, if your situation and circumstance consists of losses, the better you sustain it to do real things, your loss going to look like a gain to you. But if you out here looking like a fool, that's a falling L. It's not an accumulating L. You're not gaining nothing from that L through the two infinity circles, the two loopholes. You're just falling. The fool. You're just falling double O then the L. That L. It's a fallen L. So it's like you're just looked at as a loss. A nigga a loser. You ain't gained nothing from that loss. You actually fell in a lower realm of reality from that loss. So all losses, it's best not to be in those type of vibrations at all. Circumstances and situations, it's best not to be in any of those kind of realities, low realities. But if you win, at least be the cool one. Don't be the fool one. At least be the one who did what they had to do because they had to, not the one who did what they wanted to do because they wanted to be seen a certain way. That's a fool. That's a fallen L. A loss. That's not being cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not people being considerate. You didn't get no gain. So start understanding what you're doing. Shit. If my situation, listen, if the reality of my situation consists of me doing what I do and it doesn't involve killing or anything like that, and I'm doing whatever I could do to sustain that reality, then it don't matter what any reality I jump into, niggas gonna be like, damn, he's a real nigga. At least he's a real nigga. He ain't gotta be the hardest in the world, but he's a real nigga. So you can get along with anybody. You can go to jail and get along with the most murderous killer, the most rapist, and get along with the most bitch nigga. Or most passive female. If you a girl. It won't matter. Once you real, you real. And the art of being real is doing whatever it takes to sustain your reality. And you know your reality based upon your circumstances and situations. And your circumstances and situations consist of a certain energy. So don't go trying to do energies that your own situation don't consist of. Because you will be seen as a fake ass motherfucker. No matter how real in density the circumstance may be. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn. Damn.